Factorising video 2. We're factorising quadratics where the middle term is negative but the last term is positive. So we approach it the exact same way as before. We draw the big X. The factors of the first term will go there, so X and X. And the factors of that term will go there and there. And we check if the factors are correct along the diagonal. So the factors of 3 are 3 by 1. And we know that if we were to check those, if we had plus 3 and plus 1, plus 3x and plus 1x will give you plus 4x. But we're looking for minus 4x there, so there's an issue here. There's a second pair of factors that we haven't looked at, and it's not the plus 3 and the plus 1, it's the minus 3 and the minus 1. Now this is really important. If the third term is positive and the second term is negative, then both your factors here have to be negative. So if I change the sign there, and change the sign there, we have minus 3x and minus 1x when we check along the diagonal. And if I owe 3x's, I know another x, I owe 4x's in total. Now that is the middle term. So therefore my factors are x minus 3 and x minus 1, which is my answer. Okay, let's have a look at a second. Again, this works when the middle term is negative and the third term is positive. So in this case, we have the middle term negative, third term positive. We draw out our big X. We know that the factors of x squared go on the left and the factors of 11 on the right. And because there's a minus in the second term, both of my factors of 11 are going to be negative. So that's the only factor of 11. Remember, minus by minus is a plus. So minus 11 by minus 1 is one factor. And of course, the other factor is plus 11 by plus 1. We know this one isn't right though because the middle factor is negative. So minus 11 minus 1. Check them along the diagonal. Minus 11x minus 1x. And when I add these algebraically, meaning I'm adding and subtracting. So if I owe 11x and I owe 1x, I owe 12x. That is the middle term. So we're on the right track. In which case then my answer will be x minus 11 multiplied by x minus 1. Okay, there's a bit of a mistake there, but that's okay. All right, the last example. Again, we have the middle term negative, the final term positive. So big X, factors of that will be x and x. Now look at the factors of those. Now remember that if the middle term is negative and the third term is positive, my factors will be minus something and minus something. So I have two options, minus 25 and minus 1, or minus 5 and minus 5. Now, when we check them, we'll have minus 25x minus 1x. So that's going to give me minus 26. It's not that one. It's going to be this set here. So put in the minus 5, put in the minus 5, and now we check them along the diagonal. Apologies about the moving camera. So minus 5x and minus 5x. Let me check it. Give me minus 10x. Is that the term in the middle? It is indeed. So that arrangement for the factors is correct. So my answer, x minus 5 and x minus 5.